All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to tackle a huge question, one that gets right to the heart of corporate accountability. When a company causes massive environmental damage, who really pays the price?
So picture this. A company illegally dumps a whole bunch of toxic waste, makes an absolute fortune doing it, and then, poof, it just dissolves. The corporation vanishes, leaving behind a poisoned landscape. So is that it? Did they just pull off the perfect crime?
And this isn't just some made-up scenario. It's a real problem. A company gets set up, it pollutes to make a quick buck, and then when the cleanup bill finally comes, it declares bankruptcy or just dissolves, disappearing into thin air.
But it's not quite that simple. Just because the company's name is gone doesn't mean the people who are behind it are totally untouchable. Turns out, there's a pretty powerful legal tool designed to hold those exact individuals accountable.
First, though, we need to understand the main roadblock investigators run into. It's a really fundamental idea in business law, often called the corporate shield.
Legally, this shield is known as the corporate veil. Now, it was created for a good reason, to encourage people to invest and take risks by protecting their personal stuff. If the corporation goes bankrupt, your house is safe. The problem is, this shield can also be abused.
So this is really the key difference here. On one side, you've got the corporation itself. It's its own separate legal person with limited liability. And on the other side, you have the actual people, the directors, the officers, who are making all the decisions. That veil is what separates the two. But what happens when those people use the corporation to knowingly break the law? Well, that's where this next idea comes into play. The legal system has a way to literally break through that shield. It's called piercing the corporate veil.
See, that veil isn't bulletproof. Courts can pierce it and make directors and officers personally pay up, but only under specific conditions, like if they knowingly and willfully committed the crime, or even if they just helped it happen. That's aiding and abetting. Heck, even just being indifferent to it, something called criminal negligence, can be enough. And what's really fascinating here is the standard that leaders are held to. The whole "I didn't know what my employees were up to" excuse, yeah, that usually doesn't fly. Directors and officers have a duty to know what's going on in their own company. When laws are being broken for profit on their watch, they can be charged.
Okay, so we know it's possible to hold these individuals responsible. But how does it actually work? Well, it pretty much becomes a detective story, a financial investigation. The golden rule: follow the money.
Think about it. The whole reason for the crime was profit. So that's exactly where investigators start. They trace the money that was made from all that illegal pollution right through the company's books. This creates a clear audit trail that can lead straight to the people who pocketed the cash. And this is where a really cool specialist comes in, the skip tracer. You can basically think of them as a financial detective. A good skip tracer uses all kinds of technology and forensic accounting to dig through corporate records, find the real owners, and, most importantly, locate all the hidden bank accounts and assets those owners tried to stash away. So it's a step-by-step process. You start with the dirty money, bring in the skip tracer to find the people who got rich off it, uncover their hidden wealth, and then you build an undeniable link between their personal assets and the corporate crime. And a lot of times, if that audit trail is a mess, they can get hit with tax evasion charges too. And that brings us to the final chapter. Once that veil is pierced and the money has been traced, what are the actual, real-world consequences for these people? This is where things get really, really serious for them. It's all thanks to a legal principle called the fruits of criminal activity. The idea is pretty simple. Any money you make from a crime is tainted, and everything that tainted money touches becomes tainted too. So, this sets off a whole chain reaction of consequences. First, their personal assets can be frozen right away so they can't hide them. They have to give up all the illegal profits. And get this, if that money was used to invest in something totally legitimate, like a restaurant or a real estate company, that business can be seized. It's seen as a fruit of the original crime. They can use powerful laws like the RICO statutes, originally made to fight the mob, to take those businesses away. So we end up right back where we started. When a company is just used as a shield for crime, the law has a way of asking a much more important question. Who are the actual people pulling the strings? Because at the end of the day, a corporation doesn't make a decision. A person does.